Hi guys, it's Jax here again, and this is part two of the Microfire Patrol handheld HID flashlight review. I left off in the first video commenting about how I could see myself in the smooth reflector, so I guess we'll just take it up from there. I did find out some more information about this light to round out the video with, and that's in the first video I mentioned that this might be a 7,000. I mentioned that I couldn't remember the exact milliamps of this battery, and I said it was 7,000 or something like that, or it's possible that it was that high, but it's actually a 5,000 milliamp battery, lithium-ion rechargeable battery, which has a 90-minute runtime or an hour and a half runtime of when it's being used continuously before it drains the battery. So yeah, so I also found out that this is a short arc HID. Short arc high intensity discharge and whatever short arc bulb style flashlights seem to be the best throwers. I'm guessing because the intensity of the light being emitted is a smaller pinpoint source, and that seems to make better throwers. For example, the XREs and XPCs from Cree, which is LED lights, the smaller they are and the higher the surface brightness, the more throw it seems to translate into with the right reflector or optics or whatever. So it's a short arc HID for those that want to know, and I've been reading up on the power of short arcs. I also said in the first video it might be 6,500 to 7,000 Kelvin color temperature. Now, according to I think I've seen both things listed, but I did bump into something kind of confirming or whatever that it's a 7,000 Kelvin color temperature, which is going towards the blue spectrum. This light here is 4,300 Kelvin, which is a neutral, kind of warmish neutral white or whatever. True daylight that the sun gives at noon is something like 5,000 or 5,500 Kelvin. So that's like pure white or whatever. And then and as you start going towards 6,000 and 7,000 and 8,000 and 9,000 and 10,000, you're moving towards the blue spectrum. The what is the ultraviolet or blue spectrum, or the blue spectrum or whatever. So when you see a car's headlights coming at you and they're raging blue or purpley tint or whatever, and it's some guy with his HIDs, he's running like 7, 8, 9, 10,000 Kelvin bulbs in there. So this is 7,000 Kelvin, and therefore it will look different than other light sources that you're used to in flashlights. It'll be on the cool side, so keep that in mind. I mentioned that in the first video. Also, yeah. So, anyways, also what comes with the light that I forgot to mention. I did mention it comes with the charger. A really nice presentation box with foam cutouts that everything fits in. This quality shoulder strap with a comfort, kind of a softer rubber comfort thing. Pot hooks, and it comes with this soft nylon thing or whatever it is, and I think that's you attach the pot hook to that and feed some of it into here so it doesn't scratch the finish. It's to round out the shoulder strap package. So anyways, so it's a great big head on this thing, like I mentioned. I think it's over 100 millimeters, something like 107 millimeters, so it's over 4 inches. I did mention in the first video, and I'm just kind of recapping on certain stuff, and if you watch these two one after another, then it's hopefully I'm not being a pain in the ass, because I film these, you know, a day apart, so I kind of, maybe the recapping's for me. But I did take this flashlight out tonight into the forest. I specifically went for a car ride into the forest to do beam shots of this light. And I did do that. I did 2 videos, and I deleted them both. I kind of wasn't really satisfied. And before I made this video, I tried to make another, and something happened, and it just didn't work out, so I deleted that. This is like a 5th attempt or something like that. But also, I've been fishing around online looking for lux readings for this light. Now, lux is the measure of intensity and that a light puts out. And when they do testing on it, they like to use 1 meter as a reference. It seems to be a standard reference for testing the throw on lights. Now, the higher the lux values, the greater the throw a light will have, meaning that the farther reaching the light will go. It'll reach farther, I should say. So I don't know if this is. I had estimations, so I can't say this is a verified total. But so I guess what I was trying to say is your spotlights and your car headlights on the bright, when they're on their brights and stuff like that, will have high lux. And kind of babbling on here. If for the layman, you'll often see lux as candle power or candelas. Say if you go buy a new mag light and it has these little on the mag light box, it'll have this little specification thing on the front cover saying it's water resistant, or you could drop it from 3 meters, or it has 20,000 candle power. Well, that's telling you what the lux are. It has 20,000 lux at 1 meter, which is so a high-end light, a really powerful flashlight has like 30,000, 25,000 to 30,000 lux is starting to get impressive and powerful, like pretty powerful. This light is somewhere around the 25, 30, and maybe over 30,000 lux. And it's a hell of a thrower. So when you see 1 million candle power, that's telling you that it has 1 million candelas or whatever that. I might not understand it perfectly, but that's just what I'm learning so far. Anyways, so online, if you're looking for this light and you're having a hard time finding out what the beam intensity is, I've heard figures about 300 to 4 estimates from 300 to 400,000 lux at 1 meter, which is potent. That's in spotlight class power, which this is a spotlight. That's why I kind of alluded to the search and rescue title that I gave it. So I'm kind of just babbling on. So I'm going to do something that I didn't do in the first video. I mentioned that you could focus the head by turning it. I don't know if I showed you that but by turning it. It's like a mag light in that you focus the head. Now, I did say that in the first video, and it won't have the donut hole a mag light has. It has a little bit less. It has just a shadow. So anyways, rambling on. So when I take this out, like I said, it's a giant aluminum reflector in there. Unscrewing it from the head cap housing here. It does have these little dimples in there if you feel more comfortable using a tool, creating a 4-pronged tool to get in there, but your hands work good. So unscrewing it, hopefully I'm in camera frame there. Well, it's deeply threaded in there. So look at that. Look at that beauty. Holy smokes, what a polish on that. That's just beautiful. So there's a beautiful, beautiful reflector. I should mention that the interior is anodized. The threads are anodized. The threads up here are anodized. I think they're square cut or trapezoidal threads. Here's a big threads. Here's a big red O-ring. This is all for the splash proof and rain water ratings here. Not submersible, but it is splash proof. Let me see something for a second here. Okay. Easy does it. Sorry guys, I'm just farting around here for a second. I just wanted to stick it in there to see how the light sealed, because it has these cutouts in here, and you can see the reflector through it, probably to help get rid of heat. But So I don't know. It does feel like a pretty good seal in there, but I don't see any O-rings. But okay, so that's another story, I guess. It is splash proof rated, so don't dunk the light, but feel free to use out in the rain. So anyways, like I said, everything's anodized, even inside the lamp housing here. So anodized through and through. Huge, and when you look at your flashlight lens, if you're looking like this and you can see the roof in reflection, then you know you have, I think you know you have an anti-reflective coating on the glass lens. So here's the glass lens, pretty big thick thing, tempered anti-reflective coatings, good light transmission, stuff like that. Huge rubber, it's encased in a huge rubber removable, I think, yeah, O-ring type of deal. And so there's the giant lens. Kind of pop that baby back in there. Now, here's something I didn't show you yesterday, is the lamp housing. Now, so what you have in there is the high intensity discharge bulb. I think it's made by, what company was that? Geez, I forget. I'm sorry, guys, but I just ran into it online. But so there's the 35 watt. That's what I forgot to tell you. It's a 35 watt high intensity discharge bulb. So this black thing is weird. This black thing that you see here is covering the tip of the bulb, and Microfire calls this an arc shield. Maybe it's some sort of glass or ceramic thing that what Microfire says it does is it eliminates side spill, so that the side spill is not as dark, therefore making the spot brighter to the eye. But the weird thing is this thing has such massive spill, you know, so I guess maybe they know, maybe it's a lot brighter spill when this thing's off. On Candle Power forums, I saw a guy do a review, and I think there's one good review on there. This guy did beautiful pictures, and he didn't have this on his Microfire Patrol, and I'm curious to, you know, and how he got it removed, if he removed it himself or it's something that they added on later or whatever. But curious to what this beam is like without that. Anyways, I think it's a $90 lamp. I think the bulb might be $90. Either that or the housing and the bulb is $90, like this thing. So this thing has two little cutouts here. So I'm guessing that's for a tool to take out the light house, and possibly it takes the ballast out or something like that. That might be what that is. So, but you know, pretty expensive thing. So yeah, it's kind of neat. So I'm gonna put this back together. So I'm gonna screw this back in. It screws back in, as you saw from the thing. I turned the light on the last video without the reflector and the head on, just let the bulb do its thing, and it wasn't that bright. You'd figure 3500 lumens would just be like, whoa, but it's probably because there's that huge arc shield covering half the bulb, and that the interior is anodized black, which doesn't, you know, if it was painted, if it was reflective, it might have shot the light out. But I think it's the intensity of the HID arc that's, you know, the electricity or whatever between the filaments or whatever's going on there. I'm not too sure about HID technology. So anyways, yeah, put this guy back on there. Kind of looks like I scratched up my aluminum reflector a bit. So if you get one, be gentle when you're taking the head off. Probably not really much need to do that unless you want to either inspect it or replace the ballast and or bulb. So screwing this back on, maximum focus is at maximum tightness. So the tightest you'll get that beam is in maximum tightness. So I'm going to fire it up and attempt one last try. The last video I did this, the white balance on the camera made everything look really bluer than this thing should be. So here we are, we're turning it on, it's firing up. I gotta clean the inside of the glass. You might get, if you get yours, if you buy one, you might get yours with the fingerprints and dust inside the glass and stuff like that. You'll have to take it out and Windex it and stuff like that. Just don't touch your aluminum reflector if you can help it, because even dust seems to leave scratches, and you don't want fingerprints and all that kind of shit going on in there, stuff going on in there. So anyways, as it's building up to its intensity, I'm gonna take it outside. I know I showed you this beam last time on the ceiling, so we'll just go straight outside here. And remember guys, I told you it's a one mode flashlight, so it's full power or nothing. So, okay, you know what? It's looking better already. Okay, so pardon me for the jiggly wiggly movement thingy. I'm just gonna go walk to where I didn't go yesterday. Okay, so in my yard, there's a big field. And, great big field, and then, yeah, so great big open fields. Okay, so anyways, this shed here, I know I showed you this in the first one. This shed's like 60 feet away, okay? Those trees that I'm pointing at behind it are 200 feet away, something like that, maybe more. That tree that you're seeing over there, that white birch, is like 350 feet away, maybe 400 feet away. I'm shining, you can't see it in the camera, but I'm picking up trees about a quarter of a mile away across the lake, I do believe. Yeah, I think so. That oak right there is about, what is that? That oak's got to be maybe 300, 400 feet. Okay, so moving along this way, all those trees there, that's the other side of my road at the very end of my driveway. It's got, okay, so I'm going to point it at those trees right there. The camera's probably not going to capture it as good as the eye, but see those trees there? That's got to be, it's got to be maybe 450, 500 feet away. And then what's interesting is, I don't know if the camera's going to capture it, but behind those trees here are trees behind it that the camera's not capturing it, but it looks like a birch, and that's got to be 600-700 feet away, and I'm seeing it pretty good. This thing throws like a monster. It's pretty awesome. I should have went and grabbed this 2 million canna power halogen that I have to compare it with, but needless to say, this thing lights up the whole yard. So you know what guys, I'm gonna put the camera down if you bear with me, and I'm gonna focus it out to maximum focus, so kind of bear with me here. Or I should say, if you're still listening, maximum beam width. Okay, so remember how I said it focuses like a mag light, but without the donut hole? I think I have it at the maximum that I can get it before it starts, before the head falls off or whatever. But see how there's no donut hole? This is at a broad beam, and the camera ain't going to show you quite how broad it is, but the spill is quite enormous. I don't know if you can see that, but very broad. I mean, look at that. And it's still got no donut hole. In fact, the middle turned like a orangey color. Nice, it's not blue anymore in the middle. And look at that, there's the road. See that tree line there? That's the road. It's weird, it's even throwing better or something, but this is on broad too. But you just can't appreciate, I could sweep this whole field, which is a couple acres, and it just covers the whole field. If you saw this in the day, you'd realize how big this field is. So huge broad spill beam, man. Just can't, you know, if you have an LED light, you just can't, it takes a very powerful light to have a spill like that. You know, like, just insane. Look at how big that hotspot got now, and see the spill? See where the shadow is on the outer circle? Now, once in a while, your LED will flicker. Or sorry, your HIDs flicker. I'm going to go back into the house now, or maybe I'll go and shine it on the lake. But so if you have this light, look at that, the color changed to a reddy thing. It's kind of neat. So if you have this light, here I am on the deck with that field I'm talking about. That rock out there is the point on the lake. There's the lake starting to freeze. It's our dock down there. You can't pick it up on the camera, but there's a house across the bay, across the lake. All the houses, I'm looking at all the people's properties over there. They're probably wondering what the hell if they're up at 5 in the morning. And I'm shining it on my brother and sister's place across the lake, which you're not getting, sorry guys, but it's shining way the hell over there and lighting up their whole house, and that's like half a kilometer away. So what was I gonna say to you guys though? Oh yeah, if you get an HID, you'll notice, look at that. That's just awesome. That's just incredible. That's on full flood mode too. So anyways, sorry, I'm kind of excited again about the light. I kind of maybe because I got a full battery charge in the thing, and I haven't been using it at full tilt power. So pardon me while I adjust the camera. And anyways guys, sorry about that, but this is how I was focusing it again. But anyways, if you get an HID, high intensity discharge light, and you notice it flickering, that's normal. I think it's normal. The bulbs flicker because the little coatings inside the bulb itself, metal halide or high pressure sodium, that all refers to little stuff, coatings inside the bulb. And if you turn this like this when it's on, those little coatings flicker and stuff like that, and it changes colors and stuff like that, which is pretty normal. Anyways guys, that's pretty awesome. I'm pretty excited about that, and I've had this thing for like I don't know if it's been 1.5 years or 2 years now, but that's pretty awesome. And don't forget, I bought this to spot my dog on a frozen lake when we're walking across the lake. The lake is a couple kilometers long, and she likes to take off, and she gets tired of walking and she wants to get her ass home. So she takes off and goes you know, half a kilometer ahead of me, and my next most powerful light was the Eagle Tack, and this is a great light, but she reached a certain point where I couldn't see her, and I ended up getting this thing. And so you can see her way the hell off in the distance, kind of trying to get herself home, but it's very funny. So anyways, that's the Microfire Patrol tactical HID flashlight that's putting the smile on my face. Anyways guys, thanks a lot for spending your time. Thanks for bearing with me for a part 2, and thanks for watching, and for all those that subscribed and comment, thank you very much for that. Thanks for the support. Okay, have a good night, and we'll see you next time. Okay, bye.